I'm Robert Adams, and this is Final Boss. This week, Brandon Turner found a game even better than Chaos Wars. Jessica takes us for a trip down memory lane with a roundup of the best retro games. Our patience runs thin with hatred, and of course the gloves come off in sudden death as we face off in Smash Bros. 3DS. Get ready, boss incoming.
What is Final Boss? Final Boss is the product of three great friends, a show by gamers for gamers. Here you'll find all the best in gaming entertainment and talk. We've got reviews, roundtables, previews, let's plays, walkthroughs, all the best in gaming content to keep you coming back for more. So get ready, boss incoming.
I'm Robert Adams,
And I'm Brandon Dixon.
and this is your gaming news.
Today is the release of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire demo, but unfortunately there is a bit of an issue. This demo will not be free on the 3DS shop unless you have a code to download said demo. Oh, and by the way, most of the ways to obtain said code don't even start until November. According to Nintendo, here are 6 ways how and when to obtain the code for Omega Ruby and the Alpha Sapphire demo. 1. Distribution at select cinema locations nationwide from November 7th to November 13th. 2. Checking with your local retailer during the holidays. 3. Purchasing the new Pokemon Art Academy game that came out October 24th. Purchasing either Pokemon Puzzle Challenge game out November 6th or the Pokemon Trading Card game out November 13th. This code will be on your receipt. Number 5. Through email on the week of October 31st, select Nintendo customers with Nintendo Network IDs who have signed up to receive promotional emails from Nintendo will also get it. Codes will also be distributed during the Holiday Mall Tour from November 24th to December 21st at 16 different locations throughout the nation. Talk to the staff about getting your code for you and your friend. There have been no pinpoint locations announced for the cinema code, and to be honest, I think it's a bit ridiculous. I am super pumped for these games, and I was super excited for the demo, but I have to jump through a bunch of possible hoops just to get it. And on top of this, a Pokemon may be exclusively available on the demo and have no other means of access. And here I bragged about Nintendo with Hyrule Warriors. Way to go, guys. Now some of us may miss out on this special Pokemon being offered.
Also in gaming news, Gabe Newell was threatened by someone whose game just released on Steam. The user mentioned Mike Malbec was furious because of his game Paranormal Activity was listed as an early access title in the Steam store. Mike went on Twitter to vent his frustrations about all the trouble Steam had caused him, eventually tweeting, "I'm going to kill Gabe Newell, he is going to die." Soon after deleting this tweet, his game was removed from Steam. Why get angry at Gabe Newell if your game is only getting early access though? Hate on him for other things, like not releasing Portal 3 or Half-Life 3. I'm Robert Adams.
And I'm Brendan Dixon, and that was your gaming news.
Welcome back to Final Boss. Today we're going to talk about hatred. Now for you guys who don't know anything about hatred...
Because we don't.
Of course you don't. That's why I'm here. But basically it's about this game whose innate hatred of basically the world and everything decides to go on a murderous rampage and just, burn people up, shoot them, executions. Go up. It's like an isometric shooter.
So the game is essentially the most graphic thing since sliced bread. It's all about killing people who were not bothering you.
Yeah, it has no base objective. It's like, Grand Theft Auto and, everything else bad mixed up. It's one of those offensive games that comes around once in a lifetime that we have to look at.
It sounds a lot like Postal.
Yeah.
With the little extra hidden skin that you can get of Gary Coleman.
Yeah, but this is different, though.
What you talking about, Willis?
Well, that game had objectives at least, and in Postal 3 you could at least go,
so
non-lethal or lethal. This game, just kill everybody.
Is it kind of like Destroy All Humans, where the whole point of the game is to terrorize people, but with a more realistic feel, and the Martians aren't involved?
Yeah, that, and there's no funny business. This game is supposed to be really serious.
Does it? So it kind of channels the feel of, for those of you who remember the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2
Yes,
scene?
No Russia.
Yeah, No Russian, where the gentlemen, they get off the elevator and shoot up
an entire airport
with automatic weapons. I mean, it's that kind of graphic violence, and that begs the question: is there a line that needs to be drawn? I mean, think about it like this. Yeah, I mean, game violence is pretty much a given these days. Between Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty, it's up to consumers to be more responsible about what they play. But is there still an industrial line that shouldn't be crossed?
Yes, this game, people are running and screaming, trying to get away from all this terror, and your character just goes up, stabs them, shoots them in the mouth. They're begging and pleading for their lives.
It sounds a little bit like a Nazi Germany simulator.
It is, but the dude speaks pure American only.
Can we say that on television? I guess we. The dude's genocidal. I guess.
I don't know. I personally, this is just me, and it's not a very popular opinion, but it is my opinion, so I'll stick by it. But I don't think that there is a line that needs to be drawn, like with the video games, because the whole premise of a video game is being virtual reality. It's not real. And if you're not like mentally capable or strong enough to handle the violence, then maybe you should be playing video games in the first place. And that goes for this game, Hatred, or like Pokemon, or Super Smash Brothers, or Mario Kart, or any game, because any game that you play will have some little tiny bit of violence in it somewhere along the way.
I mean, and that's the nature of games, which are usually competitive, right? We play against each other, and that's what keeps us entertained. But I think we can all agree, and maybe we'll talk about this a little bit more in a minute, that I think we can all agree that parents and adults who purchase games for people should definitely take the time to understand what's in these games and make some informed decisions, because this is an indie game, right? This isn't a game from a big publisher. This isn't like the next Ubisoft release. I've never heard of those people. So this content is out there, and I don't know. Maybe it will be a good game. I probably won't.
I'm gonna try.
It's not even the most offensive game that I've heard of. I've heard of much worse.
Oh yeah, I have as well.
But the point is, when it comes to stuff like that, I think we can all agree that just be smart about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you know that you have a history of mental illness or any other type of mental problems that you cannot handle things, then don't pick up the game, don't play it, because obviously you're not, as I said before, you're not mentally capable of handling it.
And don't be that guy that makes us all look bad.
And that is literally all it boils down to.
That is probably the most serious roundtable we've ever had on the game. Somebody told me about this game over the weekend, and I really wanted to talk to you all about it. And Robert got back to me about it really quickly. That's all the time we have for this segment, though. Make sure to stay with us. We'll be right back here on Final Boss, Channel 85 or Channel 85, MSU TV.
Hi, my name is Jessica McGuire, and I am the segment producer for the Hazards of Gaming here on Final Boss. This week, I'm going to bring you my list of top 5 favorite retro video games. Enjoy! At number 5 is Destruction Derby for the Nintendo 64. Originally available for the PlayStation and Sega Saturn, Destruction Derby was released for the Nintendo 64 in 1999. The game is based on the sport of demolition derby, so basically you race and destroy other players' cars to win. The game features 4 game modes, a dozen courses, and 24 cars. To make the destruction of the car more realistic, the game developers at Reflections Interactive implemented simulated physics. Honestly, what made this game special to me is playing it for hours with my brother when I was younger. Plus, it's always fun when your mission in a game is to destroy stuff. Coming in at number 4, Tetris. Originally released in 1984 for the Nintendo system, the game featured geometric shapes called tetronymos, comprised of 4 blocks each. The NES sold 8 million copies worldwide, but was outdone by the Game Boy version, which sold a whopping amount of over 33 million copies. Most of us followed the same strategy, trying to find the long piece to complete 4 lines. This is actually called Tetris. This game's on my list because it's always fun to get competitive when you're on 2-player mode. Unless you ask anyone who's ever faced me. Total annihilation. Coming in at number 3, the 1995 Super Nintendo game, Donkey Kong Country 2. So why is this my favorite Donkey Kong game out of this series? Girl power. The game follows Diddy and his girlfriend Dixie on a rescue mission to rescue Donkey Kong from the evil clutches of Captain K. Rool. Along the way, they can get help from various animal companions, such as Squidder the Spider, Rambi the Rhino, Nurk the Seal, and Squawks the Parrot. The game features many different levels with many different antagonists. My favorite levels are the roller coaster ones. In the end, Captain K. Rool is defeated, and everyone lives happily ever after. Until the sequel. At number 2, the 1990 Super Nintendo game, Super Mario World. In Super Mario World, Mario and Luigi have to save Dinosaur Land from Bowser. This game marks the first appearance of Yoshi, as he helps you along the way to rescue his friends on Dinosaur Island. The SNES version sold over 20 million copies worldwide, and is considered to be one of the best games ever made. Also, for the first time, Mario had a power-up of a cape which allowed him to fly. My favorite feature of this game is Star Road. Once completed, you're in for a special treat. Topping the list is the 1987 NES game, Maniac Mansion. The game follows Dave Miller and 2 friends of your choosing as he tries to rescue his girlfriend from the evil mad scientist Dr. Fred. This game was published by Lucasfilm Games. The mansion itself was derived from blueprints from the main house of Skywalker Ranch. The game used a game engine called SCUMM, or C-U-M-M, which allowed for a point-and-click interface. This allowed for many options in gaming, as well as real-world consequences. For instance, you can actually microwave a hamster. If you're not careful, you could blow the house up, or die, or both. According to which characters you choose, this game actually has multiple endings, so you can play through quite a few times. This has been my list of top 5 favorite retro video games. Stay tuned for more here on Final Boss.
Hey guys, we just had our discussion about that really aggressive genocide simulator, and
that sounds bad at face value,
but to switch things up, you know, we brought T-Dog back with us in place of Robert, and
we're gonna talk about something a little more pleasant.
On a lighter note, Nintendo announced that this Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern time, which is for us, it said like 3 o'clock Pacific time, but we're not.
Yeah, it'll be right after the show.
But they're going to be having a live stream that is going to say 50 facts about the Wii U version of Smash Bros., which has been announced to be coming out November 21st, which shares the same release date as Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. But, you know, obviously we know which one's going to be doing better. Isn't that right, Mr. Dixon?
Yeah, Pokemon.
And that really threw us for a loop, because a couple weeks ago we talked about it and we said no way.
Well, Nintendo's done this before with, I believe it was A Link Between Worlds and Super Mario 3D World last year.
Oh, but that's no contest, though. A Link Between Worlds trumped everything else last year. It
It was also on the 3DS, so
yeah, it was
had
for the
that
3DS.
going for it.
But what I'm looking forward to is we know for 3DS Smash that they have an exclusive game mode called Smash Run, which is obvious. I'm a fan of it. I know John is, and I don't know about you, T-Dog.
I like it.
Okay.
I just think it's too frantic. That's
Well-
all. It's over too fast.
Well, we know that there is going, and I have a dead set feeling deep down inside that there is going to be an exclusive game mode exclusive to the Wii U version.
There are going to be several.
I'm going to say that because like on the surface, Smash for 3DS, you know, has the basic formula to make a good
It's
game.
definitely Smash Brothers.
However, it had a lack of things to do, and I hate to say that because I love the game, but it did have a lack of things to do. Because there's just All-Star Mode, Smash Run, and like the other various ways to unlock trophies and
They're the
things like
stadium
that.
events as well.
Yeah, and the stadium events. But that's, I mean, if those weren't going to be there, then it was going to, you know, it
Right, and
would be
it's a skeleton game because they don't want the handheld version to outsell the console.
exactly.
So what are those game modes going to be, Brandon? What do you think they're going to put in?
I want to see something about stage bosses because they've basically hinted at the fact that Ridley was going to be one, but I think there's going to be a little bit more to it than that because they haven't really talked about it since then. They just sort of said, oh, by the way, there's going to be some stage hazards, and they just left it at that. And they hinted at something with the Shulk trailer.
Yeah, they did with Metal Face.
Yeah, but they haven't said anything about it since.
What a lot of people, because apparently, I've looked into it way too much, but apparently like some like hackers or coders or whatever you want to call them,
Data miners.
data miners, data dumpers, they looked so deep into the 3DS's like games system, whatever you want to call it, and they found some coding for what they thought to be as DLC, and a lot of them think that like there's going to be like if you connect, because they did say that you can connect the 3DS to the Wii U version.
Right, there's even the button
use,
for that at the main menu.
and use your 3DS as a controller on the Wii U version. And people think once you do that, it'll unlock exclusive things if you have both of them that wouldn't normally be accessible if you just had one version or the other.
I think it's going to unlock all of the characters. Like if you already have them all on the 3DS, like it would be pointless to try to unlock them all again.
It would be one of those superfluous tasks.
So kind of like Metroid Fusion and Metroid Prime way back in the day, where you didn't really receive anything super awesome. You just kind of got a little pat on the back.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% confident in the fact that there'll be new DLC characters. However, if there will, you better believe that I'm probably gonna drop a load in my pants.
Samuel.
Anyway, guys, that's all we have right now.
Ending on a high note.
Ending on a high note. Stay tuned here on Channel 87, Final Boss, for good. 85. It used to be 87. I apologize. 85. Here on Final Boss and whatever.
We'll be right back with Brandon's segment. We're going to be looking at the only game better than Chaos Wars. Stay tuned.
Up.
You won't want to miss it.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna have to start off with an apology, guys. Remember my Chaos Wars review where I said it was the Lord of all games? Well, I made a mistake. See, in my special Holy Scripture, I was reading the first commandment, but I overlooked a big detail. The first commandment is, thou shalt have no games before Chaos Wars. So far so good, right? Wrong.
See, when you magnify that, you'll see that there's actually some very small text underneath of that, which reads, unless that game is Animal Soccer World. Animal Soccer World is a game released in 2003 by Phoenix Games in collaboration with the incredibly talented folks at Dingo Pictures. Now, if you've never heard of this game, don't be ashamed, as it was only released in Europe, so you'd need your PS2 to be a real pal in order to play it. Get it? Because the game was only released in Europe. Few people have actually been able to witness the power and glory of this game, and I'm here to show you its power today. So let's get ready to witness the rebirth of gaming with Animal Soccer World for the PlayStation 2.
Yes, that's it. That's a great idea. Great idea. We organize a soccer game. A real soccer game.
A soccer game?
Now that's a good game. This game is so inclusive that anyone can play it. There isn't a single button push involved. It's like Phoenix and Dingo saw the advent of Let's Play almost a decade before it became super popular. So they created a game that's just that, watching something instead of actually having to play it. It isn't even tainted by QuickTime events or anything. Actually, come to think of it, what would that be like?
Parties? Where? Can I sell my candy somewhere?
There is no party.
Oh.
It's driving me crazy.
You just sit the controller down and watch a beautiful, life-changing cutscene. It's like Metal Gear Solid 4 before Metal Gear Solid 4. Now there's a rumor floating around that there are actually some mini-games involved, but that's just boring. So let's talk about the plot of this masterpiece instead, because nobody wants to play a game, they just want to watch it. Our story begins when Not Simba and his friends go to meet up with this bird guy who is so bored with his life that he starts randomly shouting out non-existent news in an attempt to sound like a reporter. So then some stuff happens and our heroes end up organizing a soccer game with the guidance of Not Mufasa, a soccer game that apparently everyone in this game's setting goes to. And I don't really want to spoil the outcome, but I've played this game about 6 or 7 times now, and even I'm not completely sure what exactly happened. But that's not the fault of Animal Soccer World's narrative or anything. It just goes to show that I'm not ready to fully understand it yet. And then there's the music. The music is so phenomenal. It's just the same exact song over and over and over again, looped in the background. They had so much confidence in this one song that they play it throughout the entire thing. Now there are some other songs that play over top of it, and they're just as good. Oh, and let's not forget about the artwork. The artwork is just freaking fantastic. Like, it's so vibrant in this world of gray and brown in video games today. It's just phenomenal. Now let's talk about the voice acting. I'm pretty positive that there was only one person who voiced every single character in this entire game, even the female characters. They all have the same voice actor, I am certain of it. It's almost like one person made this whole thing, and if that's the case, he should be a very proud man, because he made something fantastic, and he has a lot of confidence putting himself out there like that. I have a lot of respect for this dude. It's great. Like, I can't think of anything bad about this.
Hey guys, this is Sam Bell here. Welcome to Sudden Death. Today we have the reigning Sudden Death champion, Will, here. And we have a new member competing. Why don't you tell us your name?
I'm Zach.
This is Zach, and he is, they're both actually going to be playing Smash Brothers, okay? Why don't you tell us who you're playing?
I'm going to play Pikachu with a wizard hat. Because he's magical.
Magic.
And that's going to cause me to win.
Who are you going to play?
I'm playing Villager, and I'm just going to win.
With cheats?
That is, those are some legitimate, powerful words. So without further ado, gentlemen, press the start button and we'll get it started.
Fight!
Okay.
Wait a second. There it goes.
Goody goody. What is that thing anyway?
What?
It's just a flying tree.
What's a flying tree?
Whatever you're just, the little rocket thing you're using.
No, it's the, I don't know what it is. It's a rocket?
It's a tree.
I'm getting my best hand to you. Shoot. Come back here.
Quit flying around on trees, you weirdo.
Oh, come on, you sucker.
Wait, what is that?
Be a tree.
That is the nicest tree I've ever saw in my life. Oh god, there's two of them, or one of them.
Oh boy. I think it's one, it's like the boat paradox or something.
So we shouldn't mess with it, right?
I don't know, I'm gonna mess with it anyway.
Alright, I'm just gonna shoot lightning bolts at you. And try to dodge whatever this is.
That's a tree. That's a rocket then. Oh!
Oh, did I get you? Did I get you?
Not yet.
I will. Or miss completely. Because that's what I do.
No! Suck on that.
I'm good.
Come back here.
So you grow a tree, then you chop it down.
Come here.
I don't know. I don't understand why you.
Come here. No. Just come to the tree.
Why?
Because of that.
So you do. Kind of confused.
Oh no! Ow! What the heck is that thing shooting at me?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go up here. And get hit by the.
Get it, giant yellow man. You're on my side because we're both yellow.
I just need you to die once. Come on.
Nah, I'm just gonna dodge it. Or die really bad.
Okay, now I need the last 32 seconds. I can do this. Okay, I'm just gonna hang it up here. Maybe.
How do I use Final Smash?
I don't know. I really have no idea. Oh god. Oh no! No! I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna come over here and hide. What is that? Oh god, what is that? What do you know what it is?
A giant blue one.
6 seconds, 5 seconds. No!
Yeah.
No!
I think you lost.
A little bit.
No, look. I didn't even have to try. It's just. If you didn't spend the whole match growing trees, you.
The trees! If you would have just stayed still.
Well, so I have to wait till you grow a tree.
You need to wait so I can grow the tree and then knock it over and hit you in the head with it.
Literally, that's an attack.
That's literally the attack, yes.
All right, gentlemen.
Oh.
So as it would appear, you won because you were Pikachu, and I can see that on both your screens. And that rocket tree that you guys are referring to, that's Lloyd. He's a gyroid from Animal Crossing. You're playing as a villager. You should know
I've never played Animal Crossing.
Anyways, that'll be all from these. We have a new champion here, Mr. Zach here.
Don't you have to raise my hand?
The winner here,
Ding,
and the loser. It's all right. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back with more awesome stuff to come here on Channel 85. Final Boss.
That's all for this week on Final Boss. Tune in next week for episode 7. We had a lot of fun this week. Our sudden death was easily one of the best ones I've ever seen. That was a fantastic fight. Jessica brought us her top 5 retro games, and Brandon showed us the only game, and I was amazed, the only game that's better than Chaos Wars. And that hatred game, I don't know. That kind of gratuitous violence just doesn't sit well with me, but I'm sure somebody will enjoy it. Anyways, I'd like to thank our executive producer, Tim Creekmore, and everybody here at MSU TV for making our show possible, and I'd also like to thank our crew
for being such a great team. Remember, you can get more Final Boss on the internet at facebook.com/DecutorGaming or on our website, msutv.net. For all of us here on our Final Bosses crew, I'm John Dunaway, and thanks for watching.